Narcissists are not happy unless they're creating chaos. They cannot experience joy like the rest of us. However, creating chaos at least brings them some semblance of joy. It brings them some kind of delight. It's almost like it brings some calm to their storm. If they can create chaos for other people, it kind of takes their mind off their own internal storm. So it's kind of like a release of that tension and anxiety and clutter, that they have going on in their own mind. And they're really not happy unless they're doing this, whether it's at work, at home, with the so-called romantic interest, spouse, girlfriend, etc., boyfriend. They need someone to play with at all times. And when they don't have that, you see they go into like a retreat. They almost turn into like a hermit. They may lose or gain weight. They just can't function without that supply. They need someone to toy with, to extract the supply from. So therefore, they need someone to dog out. They need someone to screw with at all times. They are not happy unless they have someone to make miserable. Now for the rest of us, we like to make people happy. We like to see people smile. Frankly, if someone's unhappy, I'll try to make some jokes, try to cheer them up, things like that. But a narcissist, on the other hand, oh no. They want you to be miserable. They don't want you to be happy. They want to suck the air out of your sails. They want to turn that smile into a frown. So whatever they can do, that's why holidays present an excellent opportunity for the narcissist, because they know they can sabotage it. So instead of thinking of the joy it's going to bring and, oh, this is going to be a nice get-together with friends and family, they're thinking of what they can do to sabotage it. They're really not happy unless they're cooking something up or scheming on something. They have to be cooking something up 24 hours a day. I mean, they have to be scheming, because this brings them, this is a part of their power. They feel like this gives them power if they are able to control other people's emotions. So if they lose their power, they disintegrate, and they don't want that. So they have to constantly be scheming and figuring out how they can, micromanage people and manipulate people and con people, and so they can maintain their omnipotent status, their godlike status. If they are unable to control people, then their power goes out the window. That is why when they lose one source of supply, they immediately have to get another one. They have to have, supply reserves, you know what I mean? They have backups. Although they're not always that good at it, because it does take time to kind of reel someone in. When I discarded the narc, he didn't really, he had already started talking to someone else, but he didn't really have her fully prepared yet. So it kind of threw him for a loop. But he was working on her. He was working on her, but he didn't really have her, fully like primed and all of that. So he didn't start posting up pictures till like 7 months later. That's why I know he didn't have her ready. If he did have her ready, as soon as I discarded him, he would have started posting up pictures like the next week. You know what I mean? Because he would have purposely done that to be like, oh, to try to hurt me back and be like, oh, well, I was talking to her the whole time. Even though he was talking to her the whole time, but I think she was in another country. So he didn't have it all properly planned out. Like he couldn't just have her fly over or... I'm not sure of the whole thing. I'm not sure. I kind of can see some of the pieces. But I'm not sure. Unless she's from that country but lives in the US. See, that could be possible too. So I don't know. It's hard to say. But it didn't appear, because it took him so long to get those pictures up to try to get me back. He would have wanted to do that right away. You see what I'm saying? So they don't always have everything perfectly planned out and lined up. And he didn't think I was just gonna dip out like that anyway. So he was completely unprepared and blindsided. So, ideally for the narcissist, they want to be 10 steps ahead of you. They want to have that all perfectly lined up. They want to have a bunch of supply backup just in case you do bolt. They need to, have supply ready. It looked like he lost like 30 pounds. You know what I mean? So they fall apart if they don't have supply. They need their ego stroked, 365 days a year. They need somebody fawning and drooling over them, and that who they have wrapped around their finger so that they can feel like God. And they can toy with them and create chaos for them, hurt them, break down their self-esteem, take jabs at them, and just totally destroy them. This brings them joy. So stay away from these diabolical cretins. They have nothing positive to offer. They're poor excuses for human beings, human being in quotes. They're not the same. They don't have the same chemistry as human beings, so they're just not. It's like oil and water. We don't mix. We don't mix with narcissists, and we don't need to be around them. All they're gonna do is try to destroy us. So you have to just stay away from them. All they do is create chaos, drama, negativity, and nothing good. So get yourself around positive people that lift you up, and not satanic creatures that try to break you down.